Hey everyone, skull902 here, and today I'm going through Sonic Origins again. I'm going to be playing the boss rush mode because I hadn't done that before. So I figure, why not? Why not do some boss rush? Uh, I'm going to do all four games because it shouldn't take too long. Uh, so yeah, figured figured it would just be a nice, fun, casual time to stream that and all that. I got Shadow's Confusion 2 done. The description for it is all written and stuff like that. So I've got the video all ready to go on Friday. So wanted to do this as a bit of a way to relax and you know stuff. Hi Wa. Uh, Hi Stitch. Hi Spidey. Another missed Skull 902 stream feels bad, man. I'm sorry. It, don't feel bad. There's no obligation to catch these live. Uh, no need to feel bad over it. Stitch said, "All right, favorite child is here. What's up?" It's been all right. Again, I just finished the new skit that's coming out on Friday during the double stream with KN. Uh, so uh, yeah, uh, the, that'll be a good time. How are you guys today? How are you guys today? Bro, someone is knocking on the roof of my job. That sounds concerning, unless if it's someone who was hired to do that. Uh, let's get into the game. Uh, Goodness. So let's see here. All right. I'm at school almost on winter break. Good shit. Good, it's my birthday. Hey, well, happy birthday then. Hope you have a good one. Alright, guys. So at first I was going to put it up to a vote on, like, which characters I would play in each one of the games, but then I was like, wait a second. I can play as all four of them. I can do Sonic 1 as Sonic. I can do Sonic CD as Amy. Sonic 2 as Tails. 3 Knuckles as Knuckles. That seems to make sense. So yeah. I'ma just do that. I like how I get the achievement just for being here, like not even completing it. Alright, this one makes you wait. Booyah. They're all easy bosses. Yeah, I figured that it would just be a fun casual time to do this. I see it gives me 3 lives. I better take this slightly more carefully than I usually do. Especially this guy. Alright, just let him... Okay. I see you. Never forget the Extra Life movie night announcement stream. Yeah. Oh yeah, clearly one of the best streams I ever did. One of the best streams to ever go into the non-canon zone. Oh man, waterless. Nice. Very nice. We're not even 6 minutes into the stream and we're already on the last one. I love how the spin dash makes this one kind of a cakewalk. Come on, Eggman. You coward. How many am I on? I'll say like 5. Oh. Never mind. And there we go. What, 25? Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. 25 coins. 4 minutes, 28 seconds, 91 milliseconds. That's pretty good. Man. Alright, got some new museum content. We'll go check that out after all this is over. Oh, whoops. Okay, so boss rush. We're gonna take this one as Amy. Let's do it to it. What? Okay. How? Weird. I see they removed some of the spike. You know, I wonder how much easier this is going to be, actually. Oh, okay, not much easier, actually. Hold on. There we go. Alright, Spidey. Catch you later. Hope you had a good time here. I'm a fan of how they gave me 3 by default. 3 rings, that is to say. Or did I actually jump for these? I don't remember. Oh. Damn. I keep trying to, like, insta-shield him. That's what's going on here. Although I am also a terrible player. So, there we go. Nearly got hit by that one. Goodness. I only just now realized that losing that one life at the very beginning is going to be very costly if I can't beat Metal Sonic. Okay, yeah, no, there's nothing to help me here. Fuck. Hi, Georgia. Don't clip that. I found what was banging on the roof. What's banging on the roof? Shit. Alright. Come on. Just dropping by to say howdy doodly. Hello. Hello, hello. Alright. So losing the first life here was, first of all, very confusing, because I feel like it shouldn't have happened. You see? Like, you know, it should have just been like that. The second one, the second death on Metal Sonic was like, it should have let me jump. I was trying to take it the careful way. Shit. Okay, there we go. Quick question, if someone is 31 years old currently and they haven't had toilet paper since 98, how old would they be? What? They'd be 31 years old. That doesn't change that they're 31 years old, they've just run out of toilet paper for the last 25 years. What? How did I not have rings there? Okay. I mean, in 98. But you, like, if they were... They're 31 years old currently. Right? Okay. So they would have been 6 in 1998. Dream Team is looking different today. Hi, Dennis. Welcome, welcome. You know, I am not in possession of an Apple device, so... no Dream Team for this guy. No rings for this guy. It's really fun, but don't sweat not being able to play. It's good, but nothing that'll rock your world. Yeah, I mean that's what it looked like, but still, you know, it'd be nice. And apparently Apple paid for the production too, so it's never coming out on anything else. Oh, shit, my dude, I would very much welcome a chit-chat with the old Den. Tell us what you thought about Sonic Dream Team in full. Meanwhile, I've got 2 lives again to deal with Metal Sonic. Oh, I'm in my stream server, in the VC there. Shit. Just keep going. Just keep going. Ah, there we are. It's not letting me enter it? Okay, here, I'll, Oh, goodness. I hope you lose both of them. Too bad for you, Stitch. My settings on here, I thought that I let everyone... Yeah, there's no special channel permissions. That's odd. Did you boot me, kind sir? You should be able to enter this one. Are you in my server? You must have left at some point. What? This is weird. Oh yeah, no, you're not in. That is very strange. Huh. Okay. Copy. There you go. I'm betting it's the pings. I'm looking at it now, though. What? Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, now you're in. See, roles. Give you the special guest role. There you go. Hi.
Yeah, that was so weird. I'm so sorry for kind of hitting you with the tech issue during your stream.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, I was literally looking at the server like I would normally. Everything was there, but everything was like faded out, like I couldn't click on anything. So I don't know. I don't know
Huh.
what that was.
Oh, yeah, just blame old Discord for
Sorry for the trouble.
No, it is you're fine. In fact, thanks for letting me know. Hi Crest, welcome to the stream. Just about to take on the final boss here for CD Boss Rush. Den, let us know about Sonic Dream Team, just the whole scoop.
Well, I was really surprised when Kirby showed up.
Ah,
He
I
said,
see. Yeah.
Len, he was like, "Yo, it's me, Kirby," and he spoke.
Oh
and,
shit.
yeah. He said, "It's me, Kirby. Get out." And Sonic's like, "Whoa, just take it easy, man." And he left. It's pretty good.
Man, you know, ever since they were both on 4Kids TV, everybody wanted the crossover, and I'm glad that it could finally happen.
Yeah, a little different, but I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, Dream Team is really good for what it is, but I've been describing it, and I think this is a very good way to describe it. It's more of a side dish. You know, it's not a full course game. It was never going to be. It's like Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, where it's like this fun little pocket adventure, you know, which you can't really say because Sonic Pocket Adventure is this, but yeah, it's really fun. I like that we have completely original zones. None of them are like reused at all from previous games, and it's a solid time. I don't know if you want spoilers or not, so I'll refrain. There's not too much to spoil.
I mean, the likelihood of that game being played on this channel is extremely low. So if you want to just, you know,
Well, there's no supersonic, makes sense. They don't have access to the Chaos Emeralds, because of the dreams. But the climax is really fun and like has all the characters working together. It's really cool. It's really it's the kind of thing I love to see. Like Sonic isn't the only hero, you know. And I
love
really
it.
enjoy that. Yeah. I mean, Sonic gets a bit of a spotlight, but it's not just him, you know. So.
Yeah, I get what you
Yeah,
mean.
the game's just solid. It's really fun, but very very simple. You only have a boost and then like an aerial attack. So like Sonic and Amy can do light dashes, Tails and Cream can fly, Knuckles and Rouge can glide and climb. So it's very very basic, and it works. It's very simple, and I think it's a fun little game. But like I gotta be honest, man, I 100%ed it and everything, and I enjoyed it. But today I usually play Sonic Spinball on Wednesdays on my stream.
Hmm.
I was like, yeah, I could play Spinball. I didn't have that whole dilemma of like, do I play Spinball or do I play the new game? Oh, congratulations on clearing that boss rush, by the way.
Thank you.
But I didn't have that dilemma of like, you know, like, oh gosh, how do I balance this? I want to play the new game. I'm kind of like, I'm not like done with the game. I'm not like, oh, I'm completely done. But like, I got my fix of it. You know, I'm good now. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Frontiers or whatever where I'm just like, I need to keep playing this and I need to, you know, I don't want to stop playing kind of feeling.
It's something that you can go back to every once in a while, but not something
Yeah.
you're looking to play like every day.
It's like a side dish, you know?
Yeah.
So, um,
I need
and
to check a walkthrough of it or something because I've seen it like a teeny little bit, and the gameplay looks pretty all right. But
it's fun.
yeah, like for for being a cheap mobile game or whatever, I was really happy to see just how quality the animation is.
Yeah, the animation's really good, but just so you know that's like the huge minority of
Yeah,
cutscenes.
yeah, most of them
Yeah.
are like a comic panel sort of
Bayonetta,
dealio.
yeah. They're well voiced by most of the characters.
Yeah, like I was seeing about like Cream and Rouge, like it seemed like Rouge's VA forgot how to do the voice, and then Cream sounds like her voice started cracking 6 years too early.
For me, it sounds like Cream because Michelle Ruff hasn't voiced Cream in like a decade. Like last time she voiced Cream was in Generations, right?
Oh yeah.
And then everything else is archived. So yeah, it's been over a decade for her to voice Cream. I genuinely think, no disrespect to Michelle Ruff, but I think she just forgot how to voice the character.
Yeah, and out of that are because age plays a lot to do with that sort of thing too. Like that's the reason I can't do Mario anymore, right? Like
Really?
yeah, like when I was a teenager, it was just fine, but like now, it sounds like this, and like my voice constantly cracks and whatnot.
I see.
Yeah, my window for a salvageable Mario closed last year.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thanks.
And yeah, for Rouge, I think it's Karen Straussman.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean. She's not good. I don't know any other way to say it. She's just not very good.
I heard one of the cutscenes, and it was like Rouge talking, but it took a good second or two to actually register that was her. I thought it was someone else talking.
Yeah, because it's like, what? You don't think I could do it? It's like, why are you talking like this? She did the same thing in TSR as well. It was weird, man. I don't know. And, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but she's also a very controversial person. I don't know if you've heard. A slew of bad takes, I'll say. And so it's a lot of people are like, yeah, just replace her.
I see.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Also, you're doing really good on. I think you're better at the boss rush than I am.
No, thank you. Sonic 1 was like 425, I think. I didn't quite catch my time in CD. It was 6 something.
You couldn't knock it to 420. You couldn't knock it to 420 and just make it perfect.
You know, can't make it too predictable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but with Dream Team 2, there's a stage called Ego City, which is great. And it's like a cool like metropolis of what Eggman sees his world is like, and you'd think it'd be like an Eggman Land situation, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's like a nice, like regal city and stuff. It's interesting. I mean, it's got technology and whatnot, but it's kind of like how Eggman pictures his perfect world. Now he's in control and stuff, and he's like making announcements over the PA system and everything. But like, it's not like the drab amusement parks he usually has, you know. And I like that. It's like a unreliable narrator's version of Eggman's world, you know.
Yeah.
Also, the boss battles aren't too shabby.
Oof.
Take note, superstars.
Yeah. You know, if I miss a hit on a boss, I can just try again.
Yep. Actually, this one does follow the one hit thing, but it's designed much better. You know what I mean? Like like you probably saw the cutscene with the crab, I assume. Did you see that? There's like a giant robot crab.
Oh yeah, Sonic's like, oh man, is that giant enemy crab? Boomer references.
The way he does it is great though. Is that a mustache? Like he drops the joke because he realizes it has a mustache. Giant enemy crab. Wait a minute, is that a mustache? It's great. But yeah, like that fight, you can only hit it a few times because you got to. It's a balloon, right? So you got to like deflate it on different areas and stuff. And I just saw you die there. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's all right.
And you gotta deflate it so like it attacks, and then you hit one arm, and then you hit the next arm, and then you hit the back and stuff. It's like you're popping it on different areas. But what works in this as opposed to Superstars is that it's kind of always on the move. You're kind of always an active part of the dance or the conversation of the boss fight, Yeah. So it works really well. There is one boss fight with Cream and Tails that I would say is the closest to being Superstars, but it doesn't quite dip in there. It's this guy, it's like a robot like press thing, and it can shoot out lasers, and it just takes a little bit of time to turn off the lasers. But if that's the worst of it, I'll take it,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. The story is nothing too crazy. Eggman, if he gets to this if he's able to harness the power of the dreams, he can just change reality to grant a wish. And so his wish is just going to be to make it into an Eggman empire. But one thing that I did find funny is that only a person of pure heart can get the wish, right? So Eggman had to kidnap Dream and use her as a vessel so he can get his wish. Because she's pure of heart. And what I also liked is Rouge is unable to get a wish.
Yeah.
Because she's not pure. I'm like, that's perfect.
You think that he's mad that he can't get his wish? But he's like, oh come on, a pure evil heart should count.
he is pissed he can't get his wish. So I don't think he's under any misconception that he's pure. But you're halfway there with that. So yeah. But I think it's a fun game though, and really just like a great little adventure for Sonic and stuff. Not so serious, Like Frontiers was pretty dire, but this one's much. I mean, it's it's got the epicness you need. It takes itself seriously when there's a threat, but it doesn't. it's a lighthearted dream adventure, and I like it.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, yeah. Also, there's some cool stuff between REM and Knuckles, because she's the guardian of dreams, and he's the guardian of the Master Emerald. And you just see them kind of have an understanding for each other, which is really nice too.
And then,
So
then she's also like, "Hey, Rouge, you know this guy's kind of hot."
And she's like, yeah, but he's a stupid brute. All he does is break things. I'm sorry, but if I said it like I don't want to even attempt to do a Rouge voice for this game. Yeah, it's really fun. A couple of issues, if you don't mind me talking about some of the problems.
Go right ahead.
The camera's really bad. Not all the time, but when it's bad, it's bad. You know. Nice completion, by the way.
Thank you.
The camera's probably the worst part of the game. Again, it's not always bad, but it can be a bit of a hassle to deal with. Don't worry, it's 2023. They'll get it eventually. But
One can hope.
Also, the homing attack, the range. Everybody has a homing attack, by the way. But the range on the. Did you switch to Sonic 3 that quickly? Oh my goodness! I looked away for like a second. Last I looked, you were Tails in the Death Egg, running away from the explosion, and then boom, Knuckles. But the homing attack, everyone has it, and there's a huge range. Like, I'm talking a ridiculously wide range for this homing attack to reach. Probably the widest it's ever been. And it can lock onto rails and enemies and stuff. But the problem is, you know, sometimes it'll go somewhere, and hopefully that's where you want to go. And then the last problem I've encountered a bunch of times, because I 100%ed it, so I was searching for these blue coins and the red star rings and stuff, is when you're on a rail, like a grind rail, it can be a little hard to get off.
Really?
Yeah, not all the time, but sometimes like you want to jump off and go over there or something. Like, I'm sure you've done that plenty of times in Frontiers, where you like grinding and you hop off just to go somewhere quickly.
Yeah.
And sometimes in Dream Team, it just kind of like you'll jump and then Sonic just kind of, or whoever you are, just kind of back onto it. So it's like, no, let's go. So yeah, but besides that, fun game. I think that people are. I will say that I realize that this year we've had Sonic Frontiers, although it's left over from last year, but Sonic Frontiers, Sonic Prime, and Sonic Dream Team all contain stories about Sonic saving his friends who are stuck in like a phantom zone.
Oh
And,
yeah, you know, I never really thought of it like that.
Yeah, we got to stop doing this because that's 3 times in a row now. So let's do something else. But yeah, right. If you think about it, that's exactly what's been happening. But yeah, I hope people get a chance to play it. I guarantee you there will be alternative ways to play it before long, because Sonic fans are crafty. So
Oh yeah.
give it some time. I've already seen the first stage of Scramble Shores put into Frontiers, so don't worry.
Yeah.
People are getting it. People are getting it done.
I did see someone do that and was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Please give more."
Yeah, so it's fun. I hope they can take the good lessons from this game, take the good lessons from Frontiers, and make like a really great 3D game after this one.
Oh
So,
yeah. You know, there was that tease. Some guy got like a free package from Sega or something, and they were like, "Hey, tune into the Game Awards. What do you think? What do you think they might announce?"
I don't think it's going to be Sonic, if I'm being honest. No Sonic YouTubers or whatever, or influencers or whatever, really commented on it, or got it, rather. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was not Sonic.
Interesting.
What it could be, I don't know. I mean, we had so much Sonic. We got Knuckles and Shadow, Sonic Movie 3, sorry. You know, coming out next year. So something's cooking, but I don't think they're going to be revealing their hand this soon. You know.
And next game seems like, or next big game, I should say, seems like a bit of a stretch. But I was thinking, I don't know, if it is something Sonic, like again, like maybe a game announcement, but that seems like the less likely of the two. But I was thinking, like, since Knuckles was supposed to come out this year, right? Maybe I was thinking like maybe a trailer for
Maybe.
Knuckles.
Oh, Knuckles, maybe. Yeah. But then why would Sega's name be on it? Wouldn't it be Paramount?
Fair enough.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be anything. You're really not too shabby at these boss rushes, by the way.
Oh, thank you. All right, you never know what's in the mystery box, Lois. There could be another mystery box.
Could even be a boat.
Yeah.
So glad they added him for Fortnite.
Man, who isn't in Fortnite now?
Sonic.
Oh. Oops.
Come on, just throw him in there, please. The Turtles are coming this season too, so I'm really happy for that.
You mean to say that they're the Turtles and we can count on them?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I could also say, pizza power, a flying saucer of delight.
that's such a relief.
You ever watch the Out of the Shells tour?
Yes, in fact, one of my buddies and I watch it occasionally, like not all the time, obviously, but at least once per year, I'd say, probably.
It's fun, man. It's terrible, but it's fun.
Yeah, exactly. And like it incorporates one of my favorite things that like you can possibly do for like a children's stage show, and just like have the villain be a dick to some of the random kids in the audience.
Yep. And Shredder of all, I mean, Shredder looks terrible in the show. Like he just
Oh yeah.
looks awful.
It's like they got a spaghetti strainer and like cut off the top half of it. And that's his mask.
There you go. But yeah, it's fun. It's terrible, but it's fun. It's like TMNT 3.
Exactly.
Like it's awful, but like sometimes I just want to watch TMNT 3.
Exactly.
I've told you this before, I think, but there's this one joke in that movie that makes me genuinely laugh. It's when Kenshin's in the present time, and he's like, "I need to find my darling Mitsu." And then,
Oops, we got a disconnect there. It seems
Hello?
did say reconnect successful.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so OBS disconnected.
Oh,
And you were cutting out for like a tiny little bit. We seem to be back. Lindsay and Jake, hello, welcome to the stream. Says, my birthday is tomorrow. Can I get a shout out from Big and Jet? You certainly can. Happy birthday. An early one. I hope you get lots of fish. Can never have enough of those.
It's a birthday for Lindsay or Jake. I don't know which one, but happy birthday to whoever gets it.
There you go.
hey, can I drop a truth bomb on you about the Sonic Song 182 productions? Trust me, it won't cause trouble. Don't worry.
Go ahead.
A new episode dropped today of the Ark, Among Us on the Ark thing, and I'll be honest, I don't remember. I was in it. I was Jet. I do not remember saying or doing anything that happened in that episode.
There's been so many of them at this point.
Yeah.
I guess that would happen sometimes.
Yeah. It was one of those things where I'm like, I don't remember. Like there was one moment where like he gives dating advice to Tails, and he's like, I know what's going on with you and that girl you like. But then he goes and says Amy, so he was mistaken on who Dale's liked. But like, I don't remember saying any of this. I did, but yeah, that one just sometimes. And then like I think back to voice actors, right? And they're like, Sean Schemmel in episode 367 of Dragon Ball, when you turned Super Saiyan, how did it make you feel recording that in the booth? I'm like, bro, he doesn't remember.
Yeah, asking a voice actor to remember a recording session is like trying to find a needle in 5 haystacks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it makes sense. Not being able to remember stuff
Yeah,
like
I was just
that.
like, I was like, I don't recall any of this. It was pretty good material though, so I'm not upset. But
Yeah. I think back to Vinny being like he'll often say that he doesn't remember like any of those, or like Ask the Sonic Heroes will completely forget about it until it comes out.
yep. Like, yeah, sometimes I remember. I'm like, oh yeah, this is where I said that thing, blah blah blah. But like, oh my god, this time I was not a single second was in my brain.
And it happens.
When are you gonna do the Game Gear games?
I tried actually when I installed the Ultrafix mod here, and one of the things that I was kind of happy about was that it added arrow key support, which was weirdly absent from the base game. Uh, so like I tried like playing a Game Gear game, and it wouldn't let me use the keys, but I did at least get the experience of going in and hearing how terrible the sound emulation is.
Did you hear how bad it was on Sonic Blast?
Uh, no, but here
Go give it a
yeah,
go give it a listen. Go.
let's have a little bit of fun here. Just watch like the you know the intro, or well, I highly doubt that it has like an intro, but
It does. It has an intro.
okay, here. Yeah. Oh no, someone warned me about the Sega actually. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go into the game now, just to hear
Yeah.
how bad it is. Yeah. Oh man.
So, you know what I love about this game? It looks like a bunch of emeralds are spread about. It's just one emerald that broke into smaller emeralds. Oh yeah, all right. Figure that one out.
Man, this was back when the handheld games were their own continuity, and so you get like all these little oddities. That ain't the case no more.
Sonic Fighters had 8 emeralds. Spinball had 16. They were just doing whatever.
Oh yeah. Swift, welcome to the stream. Says long time no see, Dennis.
Hi.
Hello. And then said, Knuckles, you okay, bro? You look kind of different.
Yeah, I'm pre-rendered.
Yeah, it.
It happens to the best of us.
Once you try to chase that Donkey Kong Country dough.
And they succeeded. Did I ever tell you about how I Devin Mack, the voice of Sonic and Cubot and Orbot from Sonic Prime, came to my stream while I was playing Sonic Blast?
Right. I remember.
Of all the games, come during a good one, please. I just remember that I got stuck on the maze in the last stage, and Devin's like, "Hey man, I gotta get going, but it was a pleasure being here." And I'm just like, "All right, Devin, I'll see you later." And then like a couple minutes later, I'm like, "Nobody tell Devin Mack I couldn't figure the stage out. He thinks I'm good at Sonic games." And Devin still in the chat just went, "Don't worry, I won't tell Devin."
Oops.
I was like, "No, Devin, no, you weren't supposed to hear that." So, he's really nice. He's a really, really, really nice guy.
That's cool that he like dropped by though.
Yeah, I was stunned. Trust me, I was trying to play cool on the outside, but on the inside, I was freaking out.
I love how they have a live action video in here. Honestly, I
I'm gonna be
prefer collecting the pain emeralds than playing Sonic Blast.
the pain emeralds. What's that?
Uh, Last year I did a stream of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis for the Game Boy Advance,
Oh,
and
okay. Say no more.
yeah, so Swift suggested because of the game's lack of quality. In that version of Sonic One specifically, you're getting the Pain Emeralds, and each color corresponded to something. So like red was like blood. Uh,
Oh God.
I think it was like blue or purple was the Bruise Emerald. Uh, something like that. I forget the entire list.
That's stupid but great.
Yeah, it was a beautiful gag.
Um, I mean, good on you for playing Sonic Genesis.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why I did it. I did it the one time just to get through it, so that I knew what I was getting into when I wrote a video about it. And then I needed to play it again to get the footage for that video. I don't know why I've played it a couple times since. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I
But
mean, I play
I
Spinball
did it.
every I play Spinball every week. You don't have to justify it. It's really okay.
Well, as much as I don't like Spinball, I could at least understand.
I don't even think I like Spinball. I think it's a weird thing I got going on. I don't know. The game is not cooperative, so
No,
I
certainly
don't know.
not.
Uh,
Like I got Mega Collection, just play Spinball a couple times, and I was like, I know I'm never gonna get very far in this game, and I think I'm perfectly okay with that.
I've gotten very good with it over the past year or so.
Oh God, yeah, and like you know everything that there is to know about it.
I just from playing it. It's like me with
Yeah,
fighters. I just kind of
you
get absorbed by it, and I just kind of learn it. You know.
you played it so much that it's just second nature to you now.
In a way, although Spinball, like fighters, is definitely second nature. Spinball is so unpredictable because it's so janky that it never really becomes exactly what you want it to. You know what I mean? Like it never plays exactly how you want it to.
Yeah,
Um,
seeing a couple of your fighter streams, I can definitely get that from
yeah,
seeing your gameplay. Like you're really like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and hopefully I can
yeah,
get to supersonic. Uh, so yeah, I totally see that.
and Sunswift says Spinball has pretty good music. I have gone in this weird relationship with the options music in that game where I'm like, this is such a garbage track. It sounds like dentist drills, and now I love it.
It sounds like dentist drills is one of the most beautiful analogies I've ever heard.
It's true, but I love it. I can't hate it.
That makes me want
I'm
to
gonna
like sample the sound of a dentist drill and try to layer it over and over, stretch and condense just to make it into the tune of that option song.
could you with an actual that'd be great. Um, I would absolutely love that. But I still can't believe they made Spinball in 61 days. Like
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty nuts.
considering how like I know it's not a great game, but considering how good it is, like bravo. 61 days is crazy.
Yeah, obviously crunch has been a thing for forever, but video games like back then, uh,
Yeah,
you know, uh, just made on extremely tight schedules.
yeah, they got it done. Look at ET.
Yeah,
um,
poor
um,
dude was given like I think 3 weeks.
yeah, less than 3 weeks technically, because part of those 3 weeks was the negotiations too.
Oh yeah,
Um, so technically less than 3 weeks, and he got it done. You know, and he even said too, he's like, I delivered what they asked for. So yeah, uh, bravo. Um, the DS drill sounds like a dentist drill. It does.
Oh man.
Is your stream done by the way now that you've completed the
I
boss
was,
rush?
was thinking about what to do next because I wanted to go in here and get like a premium thing, just so I could get the achievement for that. So I think I am just probably gonna turn it over to my little ending
Little
Q&A
what?
segment where you can just bullshit about whatever.
I'm so worried. I'm gonna turn it over to my to your what?
To my world takeover plan. Well,
All right, world takeover plan. First step. Go ahead. Wow us.
okay. Well, if I had the resources to take over the world, what I would do is you know uh, make sure obviously that everyone knows, and then I would just like broadcast a message, and I'd be like, "Hey, you, yeah, everyone in the world, here's my decrees. You can do whatever you want so long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. Okay, bye."
Oh, a little different from my plan, but I like it.
But I get one of the mansions. That's all I want.
I think at that point you can just take it. Um, my plan would involve taking Mars and smashing it into the moon just to say, "Don't mess with me." I'm golden once I do that. Like no one's gonna mess with the person who smashed Mars into the moon.
And I'm sure that there would be no repercussions for that whatsoever.
I did the science. We're fine.
Swift asking, Dennis, do you own any cats?
No, I've never owned a cat. I have one dog in New York, and I have three doggies here in Japan.
And they're very beautiful doggies.
They're idiots, and I love them. I say that lovingly, affectionately. They're idiots. Um, yeah, they're old though. They're like 15, so
Oh wow, yeah.
yeah, but they still got that spunk. They got that puppy dog zoomies and whatnot. So
Oh
they're
yeah.
all right.
Uh, Swift says, I have a
Onyx.
cat named Onyx. He is a tuxie.
I don't know
Yeah,
what a tuxie is, but Onyx sounds like a Brock's Pokemon, so I approve.
chill, buddy. Let me just make sure I got this right. Okay, a tuxie cat is, is like one of the standard looking cats, like the white and black pattern, kind of
Mm.
like looks like a tuxedo, which I presume
Oh,
is like where the name comes from.
see, I don't know cats so well. I don't hate cats by any means, but I just don't know them.
You good?
Skull, what games or movies or whatever are you looking forward to?
Uh, hmm. I'm not really uppity on like what games are coming out soon. Uh,
That's okay.
so I'd have to like go and look at a list. As far as movies, I haven't like seen the little teasers or whatever that they put out, but I'm probably going to at some point see like Godzilla and Kong, whatever that one's called. Uh,
Godzilla Kong: The New Empire.
yeah, that's the one. So I gotta go watch whatever it was that they just put out.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's interesting. If I'm being honest, it didn't wow me. I'm like, I'll see it. I'm interested enough, but I wasn't like, whoa, I gotta see this, But
yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of been the MonsterVerse for me thus far. Like most of the plots have kind of lost me. So I'm just
even King Kong,
no
Skull Island.
Skull Island was like the one exception. I actually like really liked the story of it and I
Um,
thought that it was cool.
you can't see me, and I'm doing like those. When you agree with somebody, you do that like nodding, like
Oh
mm-hmm,
yeah, it's like
mm-hmm.
mm-hmm,
I
yeah.
was, I was just like, yeah, yep. Listen, I like the MonsterVerse very much, but those stories are so bad. Except for King Kong, those stories are so bad.
Yeah, like I don't know who they got for Kong Skull Island, but like that one was a true banger. You know.
It's just a fun little B. It was a B movie, but in the best of ways.
Yeah,
Um, and I liked it. But since we're talking about Godzilla, you gotta see Godzilla -1.
yeah.
It,
Uh, been thinking about that as
Uh,
well. That's the one I'm like
don't
really looking forward to seeing.
it's out now in America, but it's not going to be out in America for long. So
Yeah, they did
if
like a week-long thing, and it came out on December 1st here. So
yep,
I highly doubt that anywhere around me is showing it. So I'm just kind of like waiting around.
I
Uh,
hope you can see it. It's I know I'm a Godzilla fan and everything. The movie is really good, man. It's like it's I haven't heard anybody say a bad thing about it. It's crazy. It's got
yeah,
like a 98% approval rating. It's a masterpiece.
it
So if
it
you have a chance,
it
uh,
looked really good from like the trailers and stuff. The Godzilla design I thought was much more solid than the one that they did for Shin Godzilla. Uh,
I'm glad you said I don't like Shin Godzilla, so I'm glad to hear you say that.
From the time I first saw that design, I was like, he looks like he's made out of poop.
Well, yeah, I know what they were. I understand what they were going for, but it just no. I love the design in this new one and everything, and the characters, the human characters, are like so interesting. Like they're really well done. Like talking to you right now, I want to go see it again.
Yeah, uh, I'd really like to see it. Hopefully something gets together and maybe it can come out in English at some point. You know,
But you
soon.
don't do subs.
Uh, I tend to not do subs, but like it doesn't break the experience, but I try to consume foreign media in English as much as I can, uh, just because like I feel like my attention is super split when I watch something subbed. So for instance,
My dad, my dad just says I don't like reading. So
yeah, it's like it's a bit harder for me to take it all in when like I'm looking at the bottom of the screen, for most of it. But there are some exceptions, like uh, I know once a subtitled version of Sailor Moon Cosmos comes out, I've got a friend, and she and I are going to be watching it.
remember,
You
it's
know,
two movies. So
subtitled. Yep. Uh, so that'll be exciting. And then there's also particular cases. Uh, going back to Godzilla, where like the English version of Godzilla Raids Again is so utterly fucking butchered
yep.
that uh, you know you're not getting the plot like at all. So it's just better to watch the
And it's slightly racist with how they handled the dubbing. So
yeah, back in the 50s. I can buy that. I
yep.
haven't seen it myself, but I can see it.
They treat like the accents and stuff they give to the because in the first movie they kind of like worked it in with like Americans and stuff. This one they kept the movie the same, but they sure didn't treat the characters with respect. So
Yeah, and like the first movie, I was gonna mention as well. The first movie is actually a very special case, in my opinion, because I think that there is a lot of merit to watching both versions. I think
I
both
agree.
versions are very good. In fact, I, like we haven't talked about Godzilla too much. So like the my first.
I'm a huge G fan, by the way.
Oh
I'm a
yeah,
huge.
and it's a
Yep.
bit surprising, but we're doing it now.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Let's do it live.
Uh, we'll do it live. Fuck it. Uh, but like so I don't think I told the story to you, but my very first time watching the original
Yep.
was when I was 12, and there were two ways that I could easily watch Godzilla back then without buying a DVD, and it would be like sometimes, well, the Sci-Fi Channel showed it like regularly
Yeah.
enough. But then CBC, we get it in the Detroit area from Windsor because we're so close to each other. Uh, so our friends over in Canada would broadcast a Godzilla movie at like midnight every Saturday night. Uh, so I'd go turn the channel and watch it there. I noticed that the first movie was coming on. I was 12 years old at the time, and I was like, oh man, I've never seen the original. This is the one that started it all. I'm such a big Godzilla fan. This is film history right here. I got to see it. Uh, you know and the description like in the digital guide was like Raymond Burr, so on and so forth. So I thought that I was going to be getting the American version. It was actually the Japanese version subtitled, which I found very
Oh,
interesting that a big network like the CBC would broadcast. But you know especially at the time, because like uh, uh, patience hasn't been one of my strongest suits in life, but like back then, 12 years old, obviously you're a lot worse. But like the movie was so good that I didn't care. I was sucked into it. The whole thing, uh,
mhm.
you know, I didn't even have to read the subtitles sometimes to know what was going on. It was a pretty good experience.
I'm glad. For me, um, I was first introduced to Godzilla through Godzilla versus Megalon. That's the one where he does the big drop kick.
Oh yeah.
And um, I remember my father showed it to me. He's like, "Yeah, this is Godzilla. I watched this all the time when I was younger." And so he showed it to me, and I saw shots of Tokyo and whatnot, and I'm just like, "Oh man, I wish Japan was real." It's that meme of like, "I love Olive Garden. I wish Italy was real." But it was real because to be fair, I was really young. I was like 4 or 5, and I was just like, "Oh man, I wish Japan was real." My dad's like, "Japan is real. It's across the world." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Oh wow!" And how do they deal with Godzilla all the time? And he's like, "No, Dennis, you idiot! Like Godzilla's not real."
But Dad, Godzilla's real in my heart.
Yeah, he's real to me. But yeah, that was my first experience to kind of Japan as well, and whatnot. But my first experience with Gojira was much later, and yeah, I remember I was sucked in, like you said, just like wow, this is something. And the Japanese version of or movie is a very depressing movie, so
Yeah, it's a
uh,
really good movie, but the story is very sad.
you don't feel good. And there's also this is going to sound so ridiculous, but you remember when Serizawa goes underwater to use the oxygen destroyer
Yeah,
on Godzilla? There's a shot of Godzilla just kind of hanging out in the ocean. He's kind of like sleeping or whatever, and I always feel bad for him because like I even when I was younger, like you realize at the moment that he's really not out to kill humans. He's just a monster in a lot of pain, you know.
yeah,
Uh, and like you kind of feel it's I mean that's Godzilla, right? So
yeah. Godzilla's
uh,
honestly, he's just trying to, he's just trying to
he's
live his
just an
life.
animal.
Yeah,
He's just an animal. He doesn't know. Like my brother watched -1 and super small spoiler, he bites a train. Um, but he's like, why does he bite the train like a wild dog? And I'm like, because he's a Godzilla. He's just an animal, dude.
yeah,
Like I don't, So yeah, I don't know. Godzilla's great. Um, Sensor says, do I think Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla is overrated? Like the original? Um, no, I think Mechagodzilla is a fun anime.
yeah,
I think King Ghidorah is just as beloved. So
yeah.
yeah,
If we're talking like the original movie from the 70s, I think it's definitely like earned its place, and I think it's definitely one of the better Showa movies. Uh, the only time that I'm kind of like, oh man, is like when they're summoning King Caesar. It does take a while,
yep,
but at least it's not a bad song.
it's fun. King Caesar really doesn't earn his the amount of time it took to get him to wake up, but sure.
Yeah, he comes in, he gets like 2 hits in, and then he's done.
Yep, it's like Jet Jaguar and everything. They're useless. I love Jet Jaguar, by the way. No disrespect to Jet.
Oh yeah,
Um,
just a true G. Uh,
he's man, give him his own movie. Just do it,
yeah,
or put him in Godzilla Con 2. Just do it.
I'd be all for either one. Uh, Speaking of Godzilla and specifically Mechagodzilla, another like moment, I suppose when I like really felt the movie, if that makes any sense, uh, was absolutely one of my favorites. I think honestly, like even without like the rose tinted glasses and stuff, I think it is like legitimately one of the best Godzilla films. Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, uh, from
The Millennium
2002.
one.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh, I got that one on DVD, and I like it wasn't even my first time watching it. It was like a year after I got the DVD originally, if I'm remembering correctly. But it was like during winter break, uh, and I was just watching the movie along. But like that particular watching experience, it was very late at night, so it was like one of those times where almost all the lights are off
you're
and stuff.
lucid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and um, I think it was like just me and my mom in the house at the time, uh,
Um,
and my mom has a very not so great history with Godzilla because like back in the 70s or whatever, like she would get booted off the TV by my uncles so that they could watch the movies while she wanted to watch the monkeys, Uh,
Gotcha, gotcha.
but it was like one of those cases where I think the story of that movie is so good. Like my mom was just kind of sitting by my side watching it, and she was enjoying it too. Watched it all the way through, and that shot, like just before the credits, where uh, I forget her name, but she's standing on Mechagodzilla's shoulder, watching Godzilla return to the ocean and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Man,
Sara Yuhara, right? Yuhara was the main woman in against Mechagodzilla.
that's the character's name,
Yes.
Yuhara. Okay. But like they just did that moment so well that it sticks in my mind forever. It just got like some big feelings from that, and was good stuff.
There's a lot of good stuff, and yeah, what I do have one big criticism for Tokyo SOS and against Mechagodzilla is that you have Kisaragi, the girl from Tokyo SOS, and then they just boot her out in the second one for a new protagonist. It's like you could have just kept her for both of them, So that's one thing I don't know why they changed the character for that, but yeah, I think SOS and Against Mechagodzilla are like a great double feature because they're kind of one big story.
Hmm.
Uh, like you get the character in the first one, a lot of the good character stuff in that one, and then you get a lot of really ridiculous action in the Against Mechagodzilla. So
Yeah,
it's fun stuff.
Against Mechagodzilla is easily one of the best human stories in Godzilla as well. I think that's what makes it such a strong film is that if you got one, Godzilla films generally speaking are pretty serviceable on the action front, but like when it comes to the human characters, you can get like a wild bunch in there. Uh, but like they went with something that I thought was you know,
Great.
very dramatic, but also very uh, good. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, um, where
Uh,
she's really just trying to make up for the fact that she lost her team during that Godzilla attack. It was
that's great.
gripping.
Yeah. Um, I completely agree. And if -1 didn't exist, it would probably be really up there for me. Which is a good problem to have. Oh, the new movie improved on it.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but yeah, I completely agree that the character in that, like you look at Final Wars, there's no character in that movie. Um, it's fine. It's just a dopey fun movie. But you look at Against Mechagodzilla, and it's generally got a lot of heart. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. But I do have a question for you, Skull. What's your favorite Godzilla movie?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Uh, I think uh, if you had asked me like a decade ago, I think I would have definitively said like Godzilla versus Mothra, Battle for Earth. Uh, and that one is still pretty uppity for me, but now that I'm really thinking about it, it might be Godzilla against Mechagodzilla.
Your passion was apparent. So,
Yeah,
uh,
like the more and more I think about that movie, and it wasn't just that one experience viewing it. I think it is like genuinely, like I said, one of the better films in the franchise. Uh, that might be tops.
it's very good. I like it, especially when I like the dumb concept of using Godzilla's skeleton and building a robot around it.
Yeah, that
It's
that
so
was,
dumb,
it was something.
but it's great. Um,
Yeah.
uh, but no, that's a great choice, I think. And my personal favorite was Godzilla versus Desotoroya.
Oh
I
yeah.
really love that. Um, it just builds up on the whole Heisei era and everything. But um, minus one's gonna take the cake for me.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's almost no question.
oh man. Uh, well, I look forward to seeing it whenever I get the chance.
It's a serious movie, right? Like it's not like a
Oh yeah.
it's not like a Destroya or it's not a Tokyo SOS kind of thing.
Yeah, like
It's definitely
based on
yeah.
the trailers and the synopsis that I read, it very much seems like they're kind of going for the general mood and whatnot. It's almost like a modern retelling of the
Mm,
first movie, where like
yeah.
it's like from what I understand, like instead of doing what a lot of other movies do, like the Millennium series, for instance, most of those movies are disconnected from each other and are like Godzilla attacked in 1954 and hasn't been seen again until now. Uh, you know, uh, it seems like this one is set in a timeline where like that's Godzilla's first showing,
Yep.
uh,
It's
which
all fresh.
yeah, which I think is a very interesting way to do it because they haven't done that like again, since the first movie. Uh, so I think that's pretty cool to go in that
Yeah,
direction.
it technically takes place earlier than the original movie because the original was in the 50s. This is in the 40s, and it uses that. It really uses that. So um, it's good, man. I think don't go telling nobody. Might be my movie of the year. It was great.
Oh shit!
Uh, yeah, it was Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you saw that movie. It was really good too. That was just a fun movie. But this one's really special.
Yeah, I remember looking at the Wikipedia page for minus one like a
Mhm.
day or two ago. Uh, and one of the things it says on it was that critics loved this movie and noted that like it was much better than Hollywood movies these days, or something along those lines. And I was like, oh, that's fun. Uh,
It it really does. It had a mission and it went out to make sure it got it done right. So
very respectable.
yeah,
Um,
um, just no robots or anything. No fights because it's just Goji. So
yeah, but that's not inherently a bad thing.
nah,
Uh,
not if you use it right.
exactly. Uh, Swift, I did see he does look very upsetty spaghetti, this Sonic plush. Is it okay to show it on stream, Swift? Uh, Crest says, I will say I am not looking forward to the Game Awards this year. Then again, I felt burned 3 years in a row.
You got Sonic at one of them.
Uh, I I generally feel that award shows are dumb.
Me too.
And I don't really give it any mind. I will say though, that um, like that whole thing with Sonic versus Genshin last year, like you know, it was like leaked by somebody, I guess, that the developers of Genshin were gonna like
Yep.
just give away free in-game loot, and then they did it, right? That felt kind of like
It was also worthless loot. Like apparently it was like imagine like a video game you got like 16 cents and like a sword. I was like, oh, thanks.
jeez.
So
That once that turned out to be true, I was like that just feels scummy to me.
yep. And you know what bothered me as well is Jeff Knightley, Keely, Neely, Willie, whatever the guy named who runs the show. He like disappointed in Sonic fans for like trying to rig the vote. I'm like, wait, what about the Genshin fans?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, whatever. I'm not, I'm not losing sleep over it, but it's one of those things where I'm like, that's unfair.
Yeah, that's what
Also,
I'm thinking too.
Genshin didn't come out this year or that year, so it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
it, same thing when Among Us won something. Among Us won an award like best indie game or something like that. It's like Among Us didn't come out this year. The year it won, it came out like many years earlier. But whatever.
So it's weird. Just as a small aside, this is the angry looking Sonic plush I've got on screen right now that Swift got at a Walmart,
He does look very angry.
and I wonder what he's mad about. Uh,
I don't know. I was gonna make a Dream Team joke, but there's nothing he really gets upset about in that game. So
man, the animation was really good, except my mouth for some reason.
you know what was really weird about some of the cutscenes? I don't know if I mentioned this. But in some of the cutscenes, the eyelids don't, or it's like the comic book cutscenes. The eyelids aren't right. So like Dream hugs cheese, but like her eyelids are like 95% closed. You know what I mean? So like there's a
Oh,
little bit like it's like oh,
yeah,
and REM,
that's always
uh,
weird when you see that sort of stuff. Continue though.
REM. I don't know if you know who she is. She's like the goat,
The
the
Dream
sheep
Guardian.
lady. And she has this thing where she just kind of has her under eyelids, like they have two, right? The under one, the bottom one is just kind of a little bit. I was like, that shouldn't be there. Put it away. So sometimes it's just got a little funkiness to there. So maybe he's mad about that. Or you know what he reminds me of? I'm bringing this back to Godzilla. That angry look Godzilla had in the first Godzilla versus Mothra or Mothra versus Godzilla. Um, or he's just angry all the time, and then he tries to beat up an egg. That's him.
Sure thing. He looks like he wants to break your kneecaps. Probably Sonic saw you step on his chili dog. Uh, uh, Sonic, I told you that was an accident. Uh,
Just accidents don't bring the chili dogs back.
I'll buy him a new one. Uh,
I want one now.
Listen here, you son of a bitch.
No.
Uh, Crest says, I'm not going to expect Sonic to win. Hopefully, Dream isn't going to be nominated for anything. Uh,
I don't think Sonic's in anything.
Sonic's up for best family game. Uh,
But so is Mario, so good
yeah,
luck.
exactly. That was gonna be my point. Is like it's up against Super Mario Wonder, and even just looking at Super Mario Wonder without even having played a single second of it, I can tell that it's a much better game than Superstars.
Wait. So it's Superstars that's being nominated. Never mind. Mario can have the win. It's earned it over Superstar. I don't like Superstars, so I'm not going to defend it.
And it's like it's just okay. It would be fine if the boss fights were better. It would be good if the boss fights were better. It wouldn't be like a great
I
game or
don't think
anything, but you know,
I don't even think it's okay to be honest. I think the first half is okay, and then it just loses it.
yeah.
Um,
I,
but I said something that I think is going to be true on my stream. Fang, it was away for decades, right? And then we finally got him back. He's going away for decades again. I really don't think he's going to be sticking around after this game didn't sell as well as they liked, and after He had that terrible boss fight.
Yeah.
So
The well, I know they're doing those comics of him, but I guess
yes,
this is still like during the superstars hype period. So I guess it might be a case where like you won't see Fang in the games too often. Uh,
you'd be
but like
surprised.
he'd like show up in the comics every now and then. I guess like whenever they feel like doing a classic story.
Hmm, I can
Cause,
dig that.
yeah, cause Sega's kind of weird about like the usage of characters and stuff. So I can kind of see like with classic Sonic, they're kind of very constrained with the amount of characters that they can use, which
Use
is
honey.
probably why they haven't done too many classic Sonic stories in the IDW comics thus
Use
far.
honey.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of Honey the Cat. So
Me too, man. Use honey. Just you need
exactly.
another lady. You got Amy tripping honey. There you go. Boom.
And honestly, like I don't see the problem with trying to modernize certain characters either. Like like we just mentioned being positive on Honey the Cat. Like I don't know. It just makes sense to me to have her be, hanging out with the modern cast. I'm sure you could come up with a good characterization for her and,
Can't
and whatnot.
can't. They added Arium. That's a girl. Sage is a girl. Trip is a girl. Sega's gone woke. They're gonna go broke. I'm joking.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Honey, however, leave Amy out of it. Oh,
Wait, what?
Crest.
Crest doesn't like Amy?
Crest has an interesting take. Crest does not like modern Amy.
What? Like modern Amy? Like
You know,
how?
likes classic Amy, not modern Amy.
Well, that's modern Amy is a wide stretch. Are we talking like after Boom modern Amy? Or are we talking like Adventure 1 and 2 Amy? Like where does the line get you?
I think it's just everything after adventure.
Well,
Crest, clarification on that, if you could please.
I'm bringing up a fair point, I think, because those are two very, very different Amy's.
Yeah, that Amy's definitely gone through a metamorphosis. Plenty of different interpretations. She really is a depending on the writer kind of character.
Um, I will say though, in Dream Team, there's this one cute moment where they're tossing around something. Um, I don't want to completely spoil. So they're tossing around something, and Amy has it in her hand for her turn, and she takes out her Pico Pico hammer, and she goes, "I'm sorry for not being gentle," and she like throws it up and then just whacks it with her hammer, and it's like that's perfect. Like they kept that little like caring kind of aspect of her character now too. So that was great.
Yeah, sounds good.
No, I'm not. Crest, I'm not saying Boom Amy. I mean, after Sonic Boom, Amy was definitely rewritten from what she used to be.
Yeah,
So are you talking like modern Amy from like Forces, Frontiers, TSR, Dream Team, like that kind of Amy, or where are we drawing the lines here?
yeah, because I know Crest is just as old as I am, so we're all kind of like in a similar age range here. So what I'm wondering is if Crest's first impression of Amy was like the Sonic X version, which I could totally
Heroes.
yeah, I could totally understand any kid who like saw her in Sonic X first and being like, I don't like this character.
Modern Amy in general. That's too vague.
Uh, well,
Amy's such a
please continue.
so no. Just Amy changes a whole bunch.
Yeah,
That's all.
it really is depending on the writer. It seems they're getting a good handle on it now. Uh, but even then, there's still some moments in there where I'm like, God, you were doing really good. Like,
Do you have
come
a
on.
particular example?
Uh, in IDW, man, the way that the way that the transition of leadership to Jewel of the Restoration went, I thought
Passing off.
was very anti-Amy, uh, and Like that moment during the forest fire sort of
Yep,
thing
yep,
too,
yep, 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 yep.
where
I
like
know. Just
the pep talk was great, but like what happens before then is like, and again this counts for the very end of the metal virus arc too, but like definitely during the forest fire, like everybody knows that Jules, very 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 anxious. So like, and Amy's supposed to be the nice sweet understanding character, which they again Evan got in the speech that happens afterward, but before with her being like, hey everybody who's in earshot, I know the one person who we can all rely on to help save the forest. Here she is, right here. Look at her. It's Jewel. And Jewel's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know?
those words exactly.
Yeah, the comic got pretty hardcore. Kind of surprised it's
Just for that one with that one panel.
honestly, Sega's pretty cool for letting that go through.
Yep. But no, I get it. But overall, yeah, I'll be honest. I don't sweat IDW's writing for that kind of stuff too much because usually it's pretty okay.
Yeah, it's
Um,
it's like an inconsistency. So it was like it was I in my character analysis video and a recent tweet, I called them missteps because, like, other than those, they've generally handled it pretty well
yeah,
with her characterization. So, like, it's just like two weird, completely different distractions as opposed to like them changing it to be permanently like that, which thank God they haven't.
yep. I know. I would agree with that. And honestly, I'm pretty okay with it too. So
Yeah. Uh, you know what's like on the opposite end of that, like there's a criticism that some people have, like of the time where she was like the leader and whatnot. They were like, "Well, that's just Ian using her as a Sally Acorn stand-in," and I'm like, are we reading the same comic? Because the entire time that Amy was the leader of the Restoration, she was stressed the fuck out. Uh, and
um,
and whatnot. Sally in that situation wouldn't have sweated it at all.
Skull, I'm going to tell you something about Archie and Sad AM fans. If you're a female character and you're brave, you're a Sally knockoff. So
So, so like by that standard, then Bunny's a Sally knockoff,
yeah,
and
no, but
that's a
every every single time there's a female character in the IDW comics. Oh, is she supposed to be the new Sally? Is she supposed to be the no? Stop.
yeah. Like I thought that that little character arc that they had with her, which like ending aside, like what they had building up with her, so much stuff is going on, and she's stressed and feels like her place is more on the battlefield, whatnot. Like that was like the perfect example of. I guess I said it earlier, but that uh, to show that Amy in that situation is absolutely not Sally Acorn.
I agree with you. But I also just looked at the time and I got to get going.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's almost
I
quarter
was supposed
past.
to be here for 15 minutes.
Oh
So
no, no. It's cool though because like we don't get a lot of opportunity to be on
yeah,
this
yeah.
channel here together.
No, it's my pleasure. I'll try to pop in when I can.
Yeah,
And
we gotta try and schedule turtles at some
yes,
point.
or Godzilla. But yeah,
Oh, for
I'll do
sure.
Godzilla. You ever play Godzilla on the Game Boy?
Oh
So
God.
I I do it. Um, but yeah, thanks for having me, buddy.
Yeah,
Sorry for suddenly being like I got to split, but I do.
yeah,
So
no problem, my dude. It was nice to have you here and talk about Sonic Dream Team and Godzilla and characterization and all that. I
yeah,
really appreciate you coming around.
and also you're impressed me with your boss rush skills. So good job.
Thank you very much, my dude.
Bye bye.
See you later. What a pleasant boy Dennis is. Let's see. Honestly, it would be terrifying if Kit used his hydrokinesis to control the water in one's body like blood bending from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh yeah, no, that would be terrifying. Uh, And the thing, he probably could. I legit wonder, what they're going to be doing with Surgeon Kit. The new issue came out recently, and I've been seeing people fucking spoil it for me on Twitter. Uh, I haven't seen everything, but I keep looking at these panels, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to read the fucking comic, uh, which I plan to do anyway, right? It was just, Shadow's Confusion 2 was really consuming my time, but you know, now it's fine. Uh, Still, I would take Sally over Amy in that situation. Well, like the thing is, right? It was to demonstrate that Amy's not like the command central, person. She has leadership qualities, uh, right? But that's more like on the battlefield, like commanding, being the leader, like in the situation, as opposed to being out from afar. Uh, Whereas Sally is the kind of character that could kind of do both. I feel, and not be bothered. Uh, so yeah, they both have their place. Um, let's see here. What was I saying about Kit? Uh, but yeah, that would be scary though. That'd be my point. Sally would be more experienced with it. I I agree. Uh, you know, uh, just basically everything I just said a second ago. But yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how they handle Surge and Kit in the next few issues here. I can go back to Twitter to have a look at my thread because I thought that there was like Surge is legit one of the best characters in the Sonic franchise. Uh, because like I said in the Twitter thread, like she considerably improves the comic every time she's there. And I wish Dennis were still here, honestly, because I'd love to have a conversation with him about her. Uh, but I'm just gonna read from my thread here. That issue came out today. That they were doing the previews for, and I think there's just a ton of possibilities that they can do with Surgeon Kit in this new story, like what they're doing based off of that preview. Uh, I said here that the Surgeon Kit could end up being actually interested in turning good, but Prob's still having a big anti-Sonic bias. It could be a ruse until Amy's nature ends up convincing them to change for real. They could stay evil, but Amy's the only one of the good guys they like. Uh, they could end up busting Clutch and Mimic's plot if those two get in the way, whether or not there is a face turn, or if they stay evil, Amy could end up going on like a Sonic X style hammer rampage, but with actual justification this time due to the betrayal, or it could just end up being a plot where everything ends in the status quo without some of the extra details listed above. Surgeon Kit stay evil, Clutch and Mimic are found out, Sonic saves the day, life goes on. Uh, just a bunch of interesting stuff. I think that they could do with them, and I'm really really interested in seeing where it goes because up to this point, this fucking Clutch storyline has been pretty boring. Uh, and I think honestly, it's one of Jewel's worst moments as the leader of the Restoration too. And I actually really want to make a video comparing Knuckles as the leader of the Resistance to Amy and Jewel as the leaders of the Restoration. Um, because I think they all kind of have some faults that are really worth looking at. Nobody tell Kit that the human body is mostly made out of water. Oh yeah, no, for sure. Most organic beings are comprised mostly of the old H2O. Would they be more anti-hero than evil? Uh, Yeah, certainly. I think if they do end up turning out good from this, like if it's super long term storytelling to where like they start off evil and then turn good, I think that they would kind of be like uh, very very self-serving kind of good guys, so that would count as like anti-hero, uh, whereas like you know, Team Dark for instance, you know, they kind of do their own thing, but you know, when push comes to shove, you know, they still team up with Sonic, and honestly sometimes it doesn't even need to take that much prompting to do. Surge and Kit, I think, would be much more interested in doing their own thing, if, say, the whole restoration thing doesn't work out. Um, you know, and again, this is with the asterisk of like if they do genuinely turn into good guys. Uh, you know, uh, I think that they would find that the restoration's not really for them and just you know go off on their own and do their own thing. Uh, Teaming up with Sonic would be really really rare. You know, Uh, God, those two are just again like they're some of the best characters ever in Sonic. Uh, no shit. And I'm really really interested in seeing what they do with them here. Someone send the two to a therapist. Oh yeah, yeah no. Especially Surge. Oh my God, you know. Uh, Doctor Starline. You know he made Kit very codependent, which is a problem in and of itself. But like when Surge is up to the point where like she's having fucking you know um hallucinations of Starline, you know, telling her each and every single way that she's not good enough. Uh, you know, oh my fucking God, dude. They are such good characters in the writing department. Uh, I'm I'm just really really interested in seeing where this goes. They did a bang up job making those two. I must say. I heard that the main comic is getting postponed for the side comic. Yeah, so the new issue, I believe it's 67, came out uh, either today or at some point around this month. Again, people are posting panels of it and shit on Twitter now, so very spoilery at the moment. And then I believe like the main comic is coming back in April. And in the meanwhile, they're doing a Fang the Hunter miniseries. Did my daily driving practice today. Well, I hope it went well, Swift. Interesting. Yeah, they did that before. Like the main comic went bi-monthly when Imposter Syndrome was coming out. So it's not something I guess that they haven't done before, but yeah. Hope we have Trip appear in the IDW comics. I'm almost willing to bet that that she will when this Fang miniseries comes out. I'd like to see you know, more of Trip as well. I think they can do some interesting. Trip shows up in the comics, I'll buy him a Donovan Mitchell jersey. That or Anthony Davis Kentucky jersey. No, we're not talking about Trip, my friend. We're talking about Trip, the sun gazer lizard from Superstars. Although friend Trip and I, we do appreciate uh, the sports aesthetic uh, side of things. We talk about like jersey designs or you know, other assorted things, uh, logo designs, for all the sports. It's good stuff. Fun talks with him about, you know, again, like what jersey designs we thought were the best, or like, whenever a season, for instance, of any sport in the majors is coming up, uh, and we see like uniform changes or anything of the sort, we'll be like, I like this one or I don't like this one. It's good shit. Shout out to Trip. But Trip, the Sonic character, just to wrap this whole thing up, would definitely like to see her be a thing like when they do classic Sonic stories in the IDW comics. I think that they could make some interesting stuff out of that. And stuff and things. I'd like to see her in modern form. Yeah, there's a lot of folks saying that too. Considering how stingy Sega is about it, like we haven't seen anything like that since Honey the Cat got a modern form in the Archie comics, which again I thought was good. Like I haven't really read the comics. I've seen like my fair share of like panels from that time, and I'm actually very interested in reading like post Super Genesis Wave Sonic Archie. I think it looks pretty good. Uh, but like them introducing Honey the Cat and like her characterization is sort of like a well-meaning but also like she'll do what it takes to further her brand. Uh, I think it just makes so much sense. Uh, you know, uh, I liked seeing what I have seen of her. If Trip had an age, I can imagine her being about 14. Uh, yeah, they did away with ages in favor of coding. Uh, but I imagine that she would be in the same general spot as like Sonic or Amy or Knuckles. I don't think that she would be quite kid coded like Tails or Cream or Charmy, uh, but also not quite like Vanilla, for instance. Uh, then again, Vanilla's kind of in a category of her own, isn't she? Uh, so it's weird. Uh, Time to see artists take or make a modern form, and unlike Nintendo, they won't get a cease and desist for it. Nintendo doesn't usually go after fan art. Uh, In fact, I can't even think of a case where they did. They do go after fan games. Uh, it's weird. So like they won't go after you for drawing Mario, but if you make a Mario game, then they'll be like, hey, you motherfucker. Which is silly, but Nintendo be Nintendo. We can only hope that after time they'll finally let up. They did when it came to Let's Playing, so there's hope. Vanilla is an anomaly, like Fat Lever or Big Show. Fat Lever. I keep forgetting like the word is lever, right? But the brand of bar soap is called Lever. It's weird. But I don't quite think vanilla is like that. Uh, unless if you're talking about how she's actually much taller than a lot of the other characters, then I can kind of see what you mean. To be fair, I think it would go after certain art, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo did that. Nah, I think when it comes to certain art, wink wink, uh, that like Nintendo just kind of knows, right? That it's the internet and they're not going to get rid of that. Although, I have heard, uh, and again, this is like something I would, uh, or well, it would be kind of weird to ask Dennis, right? But something I've heard before was something like in Japan, companies are pretty lax when it comes to people writing say uh, adult material based off of uh, copyrighted IPs and stuff. Uh, but Nintendo had been known to like go after underground like manga artists that had done that, and they were seen as weird for doing so. Uh, I can't substantiate that, but it is something weird to think about. I honestly wonder what happened to Cream's dad. Yeah, what if they did like a comic storyline about that? There's no fucking way. But imagine. I see your art, Swift. I like how Sonic's freaking out. Who shot Alice though? That's the question. And she's taking it pretty well. Does she have like kind of a Wolverine-esque uh, quick healing factor or something? Probably Shadow or Eggman. Yeah, those two would be it, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they? Now Alice can regenerate basically everything. Ah, okay. Is that something based? I don't know anything about axolotls other than that they exist and they look kind of funky. Uh, so I'm gonna presume that that's something they can do. Cream's dad is a bigger mystery than the Atari ET landfill or who shot Biggie. Oh, okay, so I was right about axolotls and that. Gotcha. You mentioned Who Shot Biggie, and like I'm not a true crime channel, obviously, so I don't know how long I'm going to talk about this, but they did recently arrest a suspect for the murder of Tupac, and like I remember seeing that headline, and I was like, are we gonna finally get an answer for that? Holy shit! We'll have to see how that goes. But my friends, I think it's about time to call it a stream here. Just wanted to do something real quick, and you know, had a pretty good time with the boss rush. And I'll read this comment first because it's long. Honestly, it will be funny if Sonic was jealous since Sonic needs rings in order to survive, while Alice can survive having her spine crushed, her arm cut off, and just shrugs it off. Yeah, you know. I think Sonic is the kind of guy who, you know, he understands. Uh, so yeah, again, it was a nice time, especially hanging out with Dennis, because like, uh, not counting a non-canon zone stream that he was on, this is like his second appearance on the channel ever. Uh, so you know, we talk so much on Vinny's channel, but we haven't gotten as much an opportunity to you know, come out and shoot the shit here. So that was pretty fun. Um, so yeah, just wanted something quick and easy, and that's what I got today. And I, of course, have you guys to thank for helping contribute to that. So yeah, again, Shadows Confusion 2 is all done. Uh, it's ready. And I'm gonna be doing that double stream with KN on Friday. So fun Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Uh, then we're gonna hop on over to my channel at 6 p.m. Eastern, where I'm gonna play all of Shadow's levels. I'm gonna do the boss fights of the Dark Story, and then I'm also gonna do like the kart racing as Shadow. So that's my thing, and then we'll be premiering the video, and then after that at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm gonna try to have my stream end around there so that I can throw it over to Vinny's channel and hang out there. So that's Friday. Um, oh, what game? Sonic Adventure 2. If I wasn't clear about that before. Uh, so uh, again, that's Friday. I don't know what KN's doing. I don't know what Vinny's doing, but I will be playing Sonic Adventure 2, all of Shadow's levels, Dark Side bosses, in the carts, and then I'll be premiering the new skit, and then we're going over to Vinny's. Uh, so yeah, uh, that's it for now. Um, and yeah, until next time, guys. I've been skull902. Thank you for watching and have yourselves a wonderful day. See you later.